Welcome to San Diego's most popular local morning news. Good morning, San Diego.
Welcome back this morning. This week, 3,000 charter school advocates will meet in San Diego for a statewide conference on charter schools. Joining me this morning is Cameron Curry. He's the executive director of the Classical Academies, to tell us why parents are flocking to charter schools and how some aren't quite making the grade and some are doing it very well. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
This is going to be charter school mecca then coming up here, right?
Absolutely. 18 years ago, the Charter School Association actually held the first charter school conference in San Diego. So 18 years later, it's nice to be home. And so we're excited to be here.
Coming back, what are some of the things that you're going to discuss at this meeting?
Definitely how to form new charter schools, how to govern charter schools, and different things that will help you actually manage your charter schools a little more effectively, and with curriculum and resources and parent involvement. And all that.
Let's clarify too, because there's a lot of confusion when we go out and we do stories on charter schools. They are part of the public school system.
Absolutely, absolutely. So charter schools are public schools, and the nice thing that I like to think about them is they're actually chartered, or you can chart your course for 5 years at a time. So as you attain your success, if you're very successful in those 5 years, you actually go through a renewal process, and you get another 5 years.
So the school districts are involved, and parents have to look really closely. There are some great charter schools out there, and there are some charter schools that aren't making the grade. How can you tell the difference between the two?
Couple different resources. You want to go to calcharters.org. You actually would want to go to classicalacademy.com, and you can actually definitely look at different charter schools. If you go to the California Department of Education's website, there's different data that you can actually pull down per different schools and actually look at test scores and look at demographics and look at programming.
Why do you think charter schools are becoming more and more popular and more people are seeking them out, if you will? We saw these lines last week at a school in Chula Vista that's meeting the needs by being a dual immersion school. What's happening out there when it comes to that?
I think when charter schools, I think part of the big draw is people want to have an active involvement in the education of their children, and charter schools allow that. They're opening the doors for families, they're opening the doors for training, they're opening the doors for kids to be successful as you individualize instruction, which is definitely harder in a traditional school system.
Right. I mean, what we know is a traditional public school, their hands can be strapped by the school district and some of the
rules and
criteria.
regulations. Exactly.
So how did charter schools get around it?
Well, in 1992, there was the Charter School Act, and they asked for a lot greater accountability when it came to test scores and finances, if they were allowed to set aside some of the overlying rules that were overseeing public schools. So, and the accountability now is you're able to accomplish those things in 5-year blocks. So if a school is not successful in 5 years, the school district can shut the school down.
So there are some requirements, and if the charter isn't performing, then it can be shut down. As you said, you just mentioned finances there. We know where public money comes from and goes to public schools, but you have a different challenge as a charter school.
Well, in charter schools, definitely, we're all impacted by the funding that's available. But you have to remember too that charter schools they don't have the same equity of funding that your traditional public school would be. So it's actually lower. But with a charter school too, we have to do some fundraising. We actually have to pay for our facilities. We're strapped with a lot more challenges, but there's the opportunity to be successful by partnering with local businesses. Families are involved. They like to give to the schools, and we encourage that behavior.
We've seen a lot of different charter schools here in San Diego and across the country, especially with the film out, Waiting for Superman. We've seen the issues with some of the public school systems. Some, not all schools. We're not going to put everybody in one little pile and lump together. Everybody's got their challenges. And for some charter schools, though, they've really been able to take education to a different level, to really groom children for the next generation, a lot of them say the global economy. Why are charter schools so effective at this when public schools are struggling to do it?
I think when you're dealing with probably a smaller, more specific enrollment, and you're dealing more with the individual child, and you're able to actually tailor the instructional program to the individual student, you have a great deal more success.
One word of advice for parents who are trying to make decisions. I know a lot of parents, this is the time of year where they decide, okay, if my child's going to high school, am I going to go into the traditional public school? Am I going to seek out a charter or junior high, up the whole way? What word of advice would you give to parents?
Definitely connect with people in your community, find out where their kids are going to school, where they're getting success. Actually also tap into calcharters.org and look at your different schools and look at those test scores and find out what makes that school special. Make some phone calls.
And tour the school, correct?
Absolutely.
You can get out and meet everybody?
Absolutely.
All right, Cameron Curry, Executive Director of the Classical Academies. You're up. Now tell people where you are again. You're in?
We're located in Escondido. We have our original school is kindergarten through 8th grade, the Classical Academy. We have Classical Academy High School, also in Escondido, 9 through 12, and then our fabulous Coastal Academy, which is over in Oceanside.
And why do you think your charter school is so successful?
It's the parent involvement. People are actively engaged in what's happening, and it's just a great place to be.
All right. Well, we can see that from your big smile this morning. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.